Hello, everybody. What do you say we get this party rolling? Hey, hello, everybody. I uh, I started trying to use like stream elements here in combination with my Nightbot. I didn't realize stream elements was gonna do that. I'll have to look into it more. I was just kind of playing around to see like the different stuff that's out there. Can I jump over here? Yes, I can. Sweet. I was just kind of playing around, see kind of like what's some of the other bots that are out there that I can use. So the other thing I've been trying to do and make use of, uh, I have taken to, I've been trying to ban bots. I found a couple of different lists that will specifically like name well, this thing over here, this is a bot that you should probably ban, and these are bots, and these are known bots. It's something where it's like they don't actually like do anything. There we go. And I know for a fact that we've had a couple of them sitting here in chat, because usually what ends up happening, I could probably even do it now if I wanted to. Let me take a quick peek here and see. Users in chat. Right now it doesn't have anything. The last couple times I like pulled up users in chat. I've just been kind of keeping an eye on it because what usually ends up happening is I usually get like, if I look at the users that are sitting in my chat, like last week when I did it, uh, there was 7 or 8 people sitting in chat, and Twitch basically said that there wasn't 7 or 8 people sitting in chat. Instead, I was only getting like 1 or 2. That's not the thing I want. That's the thing I wanted. So I've already was thinking about trying to look into it more. I saw some stuff about people going, it's like, oh, Twitch is underscoring the number of people that are in your stream. I'm like, I don't know if they are, if they aren't. I'm not going to try and weigh in on that, essentially. But my thought process was looking at going just like, I got people in chat, they don't say anything, which isn't a bad problem. I don't care if people want to lurk. I half the time, I'll do that myself in other people's streams. I'll go in the streams and lurk. Because a lot of times I'm doing something else. I can't stop to chat. I might put out 1 or 2 words at some point, but it's not going to be something I'm not going to... Can't sit there and just talk all day. I really wish I could. I wish I had a job that kind of let me do that type of thing. There's a couple of streamers I like to watch, and it's just kind of like, it gets a little frustrating. Ooh, sweet. That, especially like right now, it's like, I might still be able to get away with it if I really wanted to, but I don't want to press my luck. Because I was watching like some streamers and having them up when I was at work. And then my boss has kind of started cracking down on people doing stuff that he feels aren't useful to his time. And I'm like, well, I don't really think this is not useful. It becomes a weird spot because a lot of people at our shop don't actually, it doesn't really matter what they're doing. A lot of them will get like on the internet and watch stuff or listen to stuff. But it's just kind of a thing where he's just going, I don't want people doing things on my dime. I'm like, well, they are, but you're just cracking down on certain people because we're more noticeable. I guess they're all out there on their phone. I'm up front on an actual computer, so one of those ones where it is what it is. I don't disagree with him. I do kind of wish that he would ease off of that a little bit. But I know where he's coming from, so I can't complain too much. But because of that, I don't really get to get on Twitch and watch different streamers or listen to different streamers a ton anymore. I don't get to Twitch or YouTube. I don't really get to do either one a ton anymore. I have to do the daily quests for that one. Where's the one I don't have to? There we go. Cooked caviar. Not that that actually makes any sense the longer you think about it. We got sharks swimming in lava. So I do feel a little upset at the fact I don't get to actually like watch some of these streamers anymore. So I've kind of gotten around it a little bit by using my phone. But with the same basic premise there, it's still, you know, not exactly, I can't just go off willy-nilly and use my phone whenever I want to. I'm about to get shot. So I can do some stuff, put some stuff up on in the background. I don't have Twitch on my phone though, so I can't just kind of like sit back and pull up Twitch on it. I've got YouTube, so I kind of have been just doing some YouTube, trying to listen in on some different videos and things like that. Sit back, relax. I have no idea what to expect tonight. So, I kind of made this in the Twitter post and a couple other ones. The thing about tonight, and I'm not 100% looking forward to this, is that tonight is going to be... We're going to be doing Razagath again. Heroic Razagath. And we're going to be trying to get the rest of our raid group in to finish that. So I don't remember which people exactly we had lock out for Razagath last week. But the fundamental difficulty this year is that this is like, if we look back at our raid from last week, I need to sell some bunch of stuff, don't I? I didn't realize my bags were filling up that much. But if you look at the raid from last week and our first time we actually downed Razagath, it's not an easy down. It's not an easy fight. We ended with Soul was alive and I don't remember, I think one of the shaman was alive, and I think the shaman might have reincarnated to actually be up at that point. And we're talking like, that was after kind of balancing it out, doing everything we could. So I'm kind of looking at almost from the standpoint of, are we all just standing here?
Yo, have a good one.
What was I saying? Yeah, okay. I was just kind of looking at it like, we had to balance everything out. So now we theoretically have the right balance that we know of to finish off our finish off and fight Razagath at a high enough level. The problem that we have now essentially is we did the fight with 11 people. There's 7 more people that we need to do it for, who've been part of our raid group. Assumably, we have no reason not to try and get all of them AOTC. That's kind of always been the end goal, is to get everybody AOTC. Well, now we need to figure out a way to do that. Usually we just split like the raid group like in half. And that was, believe, Soul's original intent. We kind of did split the raid group in half. Kind of. Uh, but obviously then we couldn't get it down with the 13 that we had. We might be able to do it. I don't think it'll be easy for us to try and do it. We might still be able to do it. But, oh good, he is coming down here. Taiwan's not always coming down when you go around that corner. Sometimes he's leaving.
I'll add these photos to our collection. You can never have too many.
But since we didn't actually kind of like split the raid group in half type of deal, we now have to figure out how we work the rest of the people into the rotation. Because it was just going to be something like, okay, well, we'll just drop the bottom, 3 DPS and bottom heals, and we'll bring in this DPS. We'll bring in these like 3 DPS and these heals. And that'll be the end of it. Well, obviously, we can't do that. We can't drop 7 people out of the raid group and pull in the 7 other people for several reasons. A, that's not a very smart decision to make. Pulling up and in that many people who are probably, they're not all the bottom DPS. Some of them are actually pretty good. But when you focus on raid composition, you're dropping and picking people up pretty willy-nilly. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, I should. Except for that's for Dragon Isle supplies. I'll get to that at some point, but I'm not going to focus in on that too heavily. That I will have to try and do, because I do want to get them. Wait, oh, I've got 2 of them down there now. That's good. I'm slow crawling my way up to... excuse me. Oh, you son of a... I have one more quest this week that I can do to turn in to get Artist Consortium, and I think it'll be enough. If not, that'll be a Tuesday thing. I should be able to max them out completely. Hopefully. Cobalt Assembly. Cobalt Assembly is a pain in the butt. That's not this one exactly, but it's this right in the same area. And they just like, you go up there, you fight, you kill stuff. Let me see what you got, huh? Ooh. You go up there, fight, kill stuff. Occasionally one of them will drop something that, increases the Cobalt Assembly's power, and it's just like, it takes you up by like 2, 3. And it's like, it takes so freaking long. Even 2400. I've been at 2400. I've been at rank 3 for a decent amount of time now.
We must help them return to their rest.
This one's pretty easy once you get to high enough eye level. You just kind of do this. Oh, that actually stunned me. Yeah, once you get to a high enough eye level, or you can do enough damage and survivability, you can just kind of chain pull everything to get to your overall number, whatever it is that you need. So there's my gratitudes. They're done and over with. And here's my storm. And now we're done.
The elements are calmed.
Oops, not that one. That is not a dragon riding mount. Despite it in fact being a dragon riding mount. I'll get around to doing some of these other world quests at some point. Excuse me. I'll have most of them done, because what I'm just kind of doing here is I'm just kind of chillaxing.
Power arcane creation lurks in this area. It must be destroyed before it causes any havoc.
Not exactly sure how well I'm going to do here. This one's not bad for a DPS. But, shoot. I didn't get out of that one time. At the same time, it's also not great for a melee character. A lot of his attacks and things. Shoot. I forgot my Vengeful Retreat was on cooldown. About to drop out of my metamorphosis form. Okay, I'm not the only person here anymore. That just made this a lot easier. Drakthir. You know where to stand. The balls don't really move around a ton. They'll like move around, but they'll probably move around like just about the size of your own character.
This will ensure our enemies do not push further into the Azure span.
Oh, that's weird. Let me get to a safe spot here for a second. Don't want to have that be a problem later on. Curse. I already did a bunch of quests up there. You opened up right where I wanted to see. Oh, is that difficult? None of these are actually very difficult, but I'm also looking time-wise. I don't have a ton of time left. Just that. It's probably the game just being weird. Occasionally the game must be like, oh, such and such an action is being blocked by one of your add-ons. You should, disable all of your add-ons. I'm like, but I don't want to disable my add-ons. They're useful. Sometimes this is enough to get rid of it, sometimes it's not. There it goes. So, the other thing, I made an announcement about this, so this will be my official on-stream announcement. This Saturday, I'm going to do something stupid. I think it's stupid anyway. So, on Saturday, we are going to I'm going to do a Zwift stream. So what does that mean? So I have the biking program Zwift, and right now they're doing an event called the Tour of Watopia. For the Tour of Watopia, we're going to, it's going to be stage 2. I've technically already finished one of stage 2. I don't need to do another one, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to do the long stage 2, which is about 41 miles, roughly, if I remember the map correctly. It might be a little bit longer. And I'm going to stream it. Now, I put this out there too, and stated this. There will not be this. I will not be giving you active dialogue while I'm doing it. Because I'm going to be on my bike for my assumption at this point is that it's going to be over 2 hours. 41 miles. Depending on, like, I've seen the terrain. I know the bike path. What is this? Oh, explosive element. Oh, sweet. Uh, it's like I know the biking. I kind of know the route. I've taken a look at it. There's a decent amount of uphill to it. Most of it, I don't think, is going to be silver coin of the isle. What's that? Exchange for goods with the Great Swug. The Great Swug. I only really need. Oh, that works. Just hang around here. This will be enough. I just need to do 2 of these actually, and that'll be enough to max out my aiding the Accord today. I also have like 80 different things I could turn into different groups. That also requires me to go to different places. So the plan right now, or this is my plan. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I decided I'm going to go ahead and give it a whirl.
Come out and hunt. You are up to the challenge. This quarry is strong and relentless.
I'm going to do the Zwift stream. It's going to be a little bit crazy. Or a lot crazy. We're still figuring that part out. But by doing that, I'm hoping to just have some fun. I'll put up
Renew by nurturing these young.
ritual shell. That's just something I can sell.
Quarry for our hunt.
Here we go. But I keep getting distracted. What we're going to be kind of doing is just I'm going to be riding my bike through it. So there's not going to be any talking. There's not going to be any commentary through it. It's just going to be me slowly going crazy. After I'm done, I might sit down and say a couple of words, something just minor. Then after that, the plan is I'm going to take a little bit of time. We'll see what time it is at that point. And then I'm going to go take a break, rest up a little bit, let stuff recharge. And I'm going to then stream Elden Ring in the afternoon. An hour, a couple hours.
Find the beast that roams these lands and kill it.
Some hours after the Zwift bike ride is done. But we'll see how well that ends up working out for me in the long run. I really thought this thing was going to give me like 25 rep per.
The creatures that surround you are dangerous. Thin their numbers.
I thought this thing would give me more. Because we're starting to get nervous here. We're coming up on time where Soul will probably be inviting us in. If we go, I guess I should throw out that caveat too. I haven't seen anything on who Soul's planning on bringing. He hasn't said anything to me directly either. He's AFK'd right now. I cannot get my room to be a comfortable temperature. Like, I feel better when I have a fan blowing on me. I don't feel like I have to have the heat turned on right now. It is so freaking cold here. It's like this morning. Actually, one of my coworkers was massively ticked off this morning because of the roads. I just kind of let him go at that point. I find it's easier just to let people go when they just want to yell and complain about it. But yeah, the roads this morning, some of them were terrible. There's like, we got snow yesterday. I don't think anybody expected to get the amount of ice on the roads that we did. And it was pretty bad. It was like, I went to work this morning with the thought in my head of, should I go to work? Should I turn around and just say I can't get out because of how icy this road is? There's a stretch here right at the beginning of it. It takes me maybe 10 minutes or so, 10 to 12 minutes to get that whole stretch done, basically. I think it took me closer to 20. It was literally a case of I spent a large amount of time just slow crawling, going like 15 miles an hour in my car all the way down. It was just so, like, the roads had not been hit at all down here. And this guy lives a little bit farther down the same road as me. He takes a slightly different way to work because I tend to try to avoid the highway because I don't trust the highway.
You did better than I expected. My scouts will search for new hunting grounds while these lands are replenished.
10. I am 10 freaking... What was that? Blood of... Oh, that's a 470. There we go. I got it. I say, we're getting this. There's no reason to hold off on it this time. In the past, I've held off on it just because it's kind of been more... It would be better. Holy snickies, there's a lot of people here, isn't there? Come on. It's always that initial when I'm getting into Valdrakken. The thing I laugh at the most is just the... For whatever reason, I'm still trying to figure this one out. And I guess it's because it's account bound. So I could, if I wanted to, send all of these off to my alts to work on their rep, but I'm gonna go grab my water. But I have no real reason to send it off to my alts. Well, I suppose I could send off a couple of them to my warrior. Since he's working too, he's a tailor, I'd love to get him up to the point where he can make bags for everybody. Since there are new bags this expansion. But I just haven't had to really worry about that too much. What is it? Oh yeah, that's a deplorable heat source. The other thing I want to do... this way. Let's go ahead and deposit a bunch of my reagents. Blizzard's made a lot of little upgrades to stuff over the years. We're at the point now they need to do something about either their reagent bank or the amount of freaking reagents they give us, because this is getting to the point of it's just ridiculous now. I have, like, my reagent bank is full. Now, these things right here, and this one, yep, just, yeah, so it's like, yep, I just want to make sure here I was saying that. Yeah, so like these ones and this one are all from old expansions. Technically this is too, this is an old archaeology thing. That one's old. I think that's it though. But yes, like I have all of this stuff here. Almost all of it is from the current expansion. And it's just ridiculous. And if you're wanting to know why I don't get rid of some of the old stuff, the one I'm going to have to get rid of. The other four, I don't want to get rid of because, guess I'm going, because they're actually part of a mount you can get. So they're from the Missa Pandaria expansion. You must become one with the pandas, young grasshopper. Excuse me. Anywho, they're from the Mista Pandaria expansion, and you can get panthers. You get 4 panthers, and they're all ridiculously expensive to buy on the auction house. They're ridiculously expensive for one major reason, especially now. A, it's from an older expansion, which means you have to get older expansion stuff. Did I open? I opened the hunting spoils bag, right? Yes, I don't see it in there. Anyway. It's from an older expansion, which means that it's a little bit harder. It's not impossible, but it's a little bit harder to... Oh, shoot. Not enough. Can I make it? Can I make it? No. I messed something up there. So it's a little bit harder to try and get the materials for things from that expansion because that's not current content anymore. I'm not going back to do that stuff. People aren't over there just constantly doing that. Basically, is basically what it amounts down to. People just aren't constantly running that particular thing, so those materials are harder to come by. It's the way it usually works. There will be exceptions to that. Like if you go into the auction house, you can find materials from just about every expansion. But now it becomes a case of because, you know, if WoW has 100,000 subscribers to it, and 99,000 of them are running current expansion stuff, but I want a material from an old expansion, it's harder to get because maybe only 1,000 people are running that current thing. And how many of them are the correct gathering profession to do that thing? Pick up whatever that thing is, mining or herbalism or skinning or whatever. So there's that as a basic problem. One of the other basic problems for the Panthers especially is that the Panthers, one of the ingredients needed to craft the Panthers, and it's dual crafting only thing, is sold by an NPC. You cannot get it by anything else, and the NPC will sell it to you for 20,000 gold. So in order to recoup your losses, each Panther must cost at least 20,000 gold, which in the way that modern World of Warcraft is not actually that much money. Current limit, current gold cap on players was updated 2 expansions ago, doubled it from 5 million to 10 million. That was also the point where they had a 5 million gold mount. You can't actually buy that anymore. It's the auction house mount. But then, so 20,000 is not as big of a deal as you think it is. But when you talk about trying to get all of them, it's not even like if you sit back and say like, oh, so that's 80,000 gold, which is still a decent amount. No, you're wrong. And that's because I actually have one of them here on my car, the Jeweled Onyx Panther. This is the most expensive and most difficult one to get because while the rest of them, a red, a blue, a yellow, I want to say there's another color. I think red, blue, yellow, and green. Okay, but there's 5. 4 colored ones, and then the black one. onyx. The Black Panther requires, as its crafting agreement, one of each of the other colors. So if you need 20,000 to craft one of them, and we just said that I need all of them, so there's 4 of them, so that's 80,000 gold just to craft the Onyx Panther. So usually the Onyx Panther will go for like 90 to 100,000 gold, and it just costs so much money. If I had the materials, I would honestly be trying to sell one of those like once a week. I just don't have the materials to try and craft those up. Naturally, it takes a while to try and get them. The only other option I have is then to try and buy them. I'm already here. I don't know why. Gamers Lounge is always like unmuted, but I can't never actually hear it, so I don't know. I should pay more attention to it, in all honesty. Let's take a look and see. I'm not in the right. This is one. It looks like a bunch of people in chat. Let me mute myself here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 there. That's because there's 2 of them in another one. That's why it was showing me more than it actually is. Today's gonna be tough. Yeah, we're already starting to get drops and things about the new tier. Tentative testing dates through March through April. But it essentially just kind of amounts. And we've got a bunch of new stuff coming out. We got 10.1 should be dropping, I think, in April. We have plenty of time left in this tier. I'll have to start figuring out what to do with my weeks. Do I go in? Do I not? Yep, sounds like there's some people are already inside, so let's go ahead and hop on in. Okay. Here's to hoping. A lot of hoping. We've got 10 here right now. Last week we did this with 11. So, excuse me. I'm also still trying to figure out how Twitch clips things. It drives me nuts. If I hit a clip, I'm like, do you clip backwards? Do you clip forwards? Because last time I hit a clip, I clipped it and it felt like you didn't go over the thing I wanted you to clip. Because that was forwards, but at the same time I argue that it should go backwards because if I want to clip something, it's like, if it goes forward, then I have to, know what I want to clip. Know that I'm about to do something that's clippable, clip-worthy. Who knows at this point? No, I know. He's sitting over there, watching me, taunting me. There is one thing I did want to try and do. I tried this earlier, but I don't think I could quite get... Nope. I gotta play into it. It's like Stream Elements has... Oh, they nerfed it, didn't they? Let me see here. That's Nelfurion. Oh my gosh. Ah. Ow. Ow, ow. Oh, that actually hurt my ears. Let me see here. Bots are here. Alright, so March 13th. Our electric lash damage is reduced by 20%. Volatile current damage reduced by 20%. Storm Surge absorb shield reduced by 20%. That's pretty good. And lingering charge periodic damage reduced by 20%. That's actually really good. Reducing us all to by that degree. Because our biggest problem was Storm Surge in Phase 2. We could get through it, but that's what we were heroing on. We didn't necessarily need to hero, but we kind of needed to. It became a weird thing where it depended on how what the heals and DPS, and then that didn't quite add up. So we haven't actually dropped health. Usually when they start getting towards the end of tiers and stuff like that, they'll start dropping bosses' health down. But because they haven't dropped the health down at all on this, that's not really I wonder why this chat command doesn't work. I'll have to look into it more. That's the 8-ball magic question. Yeah, it's a Stream Elements has got a couple of its own unique things to it. So I was trying to figure out them because they like aren't showing up. At first I thought it was because it wasn't actually in chat, but now that it is, I'm trying to figure out why it's not. Let's try and look back and see why it doesn't do things. Okay. So it does, this one does work at least. I have to take a look and see. Custom commands. I didn't actually create the custom command in Streamlabs. But it does have its own. Okay, so it has its own. Well, so if I turn this off. Okay, there it goes. I need to take a look and see everything that like. Oh, there goes Nightbot. Nightbot's a little bit weird because I think it still counts stream elements as some. It's counting stream elements as somebody who's not in chat because it's not them. But that's a. We also used Vantis runes last week. I need to add some more quotes to this thing. I need to sell off a couple of things. What's the matter, cat? Huh? What's the matter? Hmm? Okay, so we're missing a couple people. Why set this thing to oscillate? That might be better because like having it on almost feels strange just to have the breeze blowing on me 24/7. But not having it on is almost worse. Let me take a look here and see. Did I not type out something? Oh, wait, that's not the right one. This is the right one. 8 ball, yeah. Ask the magic 8 ball a question. That's how you make one. I suppose I could make one, but if it's something I need to set it up on my own, or I don't know. This looks weird because it looks like I'll have to take another look into that. So I'm looking at it and I'm beginning to think, just looking around, I was like, I wonder if that's something where I need to input commands into it. It doesn't look like it just looking at it, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense for it not to. Definitely feels like it has more commands. Definitely has more commands in it than. Holy crap, these are a lot of things here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to play around with that some more. Try and figure stuff out. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Just start getting a couple of people that show up here. AFK. Nobody gets AFK'd here. Hmm. I was just looking at the list of users. Ouch. 2 of them are at the literal top of this list. I'm not sure what to do about them. I could just flat out ban them. It wouldn't make any major difference. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really know. It's like they're not counting for me. They're not doing any major harm. course, the reverse side of that is that they're doing what they're supposed to do. They sit in different chats. They don't actually count for anything. And then they just do whatever the heck they want to do. There are some weird freaking conversations going on right now. I already got cookies. There's so many different things on here. I'm not even sure how all of them work. Oh, that works. I'm not 100% sure why exactly you would want that. Unless you can modify it. There's a couple of them in here, like a roulette and a slot. I'll have to take a look and see if there's something I have to do or... Ouch. I think they're just about ready. I'm just trying to take a look at this to make sure. I don't know, I'm playing around with it. Ouch. How do I put down raid markers? Oh my gosh, this group is gonna kill me one of these days. One way or the other. So Rastigat's got some couple of nerfs on damage.
Will you race through time? Or be trapped in an endless eternity?
Actually, no. My gosh.
I cannot be defeated. I beat all men.
What on earth? They're interrupting. I barely even heard anything that my soul's been saying. I'm going left until somebody tells me not to go left. The other thing we're gonna have to figure out to do, the boss's health hasn't dropped, but with the damage that's dropped on a lot of different things, we have the potential to actually speed the fight up because we won't have to heal as much, which means the DPS, not DPS, the heals should in theory be actually be able to do more damage because they're actually hitting the boss more often rather than not hitting the boss at all.
5, 4, 3.
Just realized I didn't eat.
The age of the Incarntes begins!
Move to circle. Breath incoming.
So much stuff just got nerfed that Will can probably I'm not going to say that we could definitely down it with no problem without really doing anything. But it's far more of a it's probably far more of a case now at this point where we can, with everything that they've nerfed down, we got it last week before all the nerfs went live. So what that really kind of means for somebody like us, we did it before it was hard. Access to hipsters here. Hipsters of the group. But like I said, they haven't actually nerfed the health of the boss. So I'm not 100% sure exactly on
Breath incoming.
I'm not 100% sure on whether or not we'd actually speed the fight up or not. We're about to transition. There we go.
Knocking back.
What they could not control, they imprisoned.
Phase change.
Like the aspects did.
Alright, into phase. Nothing in this phase, I think.
Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
Ash at home. I'm trying to save some of my larger AoE stuff. I'm trying to save some of my larger AoE stuff for when all of them first come out so I can get a little bit more damage off.
Phase 2.
All right.
Spread. Negative.
Rats in. Yay, we just sit back and enjoy ourselves. I should actually look in and see exactly if I should be using Metamorphosis at this point. That was also ridiculously easy.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
They didn't feel like difficult at all to do.
Spread. Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Wait, how did so many of us die? Was it?
Spread.
Yeah, there was some burst damage. Not much, but just enough. Gosh. That's half tempted to make that a quote. Always work the balls. I have nothing to say to this group. They're ridiculous. Also, never take the Black Dragon. Black Dragon may be my favorite. Ouch. $15K. I'm willing to make that wager. Ouch. Come on, let's get some more people in this. There, Pliskin. Join us, Bliskin. Join us, brother. I'm trying to remember Liquid's voice. Come now, brother. I have to go back and actually watch a couple of cutscenes of just Snake talking, or not Snake, but Liquid Snake talking. Because I kind of have it in my head as like this, slightly higher pitched brother. But I think I'm going too low on it. I think he needs to be a little bit higher. Something more akin to like, brother. This all for the glory, brother. Soon we will take Metal Gear Rex. Metal Gear. Alright. Oh, not me. Where did I end up rolling on that? I wasn't in a bad spot.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I got some food that time, so I can do a little bit more deeps. That was actually not the right button to hit. That one was. Don't need to actually technically hit that. There's a couple of things that, on the rotationary spin, I'm a little confused by them, actually.
Breath incoming.
There's a couple of things we have are still doing a decent amount of damage to us. But the nerfs are also making other things, so minimalistic that it almost doesn't matter. Alright, let's move up so we're out of that.
Breath incoming. Pushback in play. Spread.
It's too far away.
I've got more stun, so I can take care of some other people's orbs if they can't do it. But I need to like know that I have to take care of other people's orbs. Otherwise I start moving up towards them without actually needing to.
Breath incoming.
I almost hit. Oops, we transitioned out. It's alright, so let's go over here.
Knocking back.
I'm not doing great DPS. I'd much rather be doing somewhere.
Phase
Like when I
change.
do dungeons, I can usually hang out in like the 60s. Not the 50s.
Breath incoming.
That was far closer than I thought it was. If I was thought I was gonna be that close, I would have actually kept going.
I'm out of range.
Breath incoming.
I did those backwards.
Too far away.
Breath incoming.
They're doing really good this round, actually. Well, the other side's already done.
Breath incoming.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Breath incoming.
I'm out of range.
Careful.
Phase 2. Spread.
My hope here is by doing Metamorphosis now, I can actually have it up in
Pushback
phase 3 where we're
Move
really
to
going to need
center.
the DPS. I wasn't sure I'd moved far enough back.
Spread. Pushback incoming. Move to center.
No, we did not actually get it. I did see us taking some tick damage from it. Oops. Hit my blur.
Spread.
Did not mean to hit blur.
Positive.
This was the one that we struggled on last time. Got it down. Little to no problem. I almost died in there, so I suppose there it can't be no problem.
Spread.
That's partially because I made a slight. I accidentally hit my blur
Push back in.
early.
Move to center.
Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, people.
Push back in. Move to center.
Stay up, stay up, stay up. Alright, we're about to go to our last storm surge.
Spread. Positive.
Alright, I'm positive.
Phase change.
Alright. 32 is what I got. 32%. So that's more than within our frame.
Watch your breath incoming.
Oh, dang it. You don't have reds or reses.
Watch your breath incoming. Watch your breath incoming. Watch your
Ah, my stun's not up. I'm down. Too many of us were down. Hey Danny, how you doing? Nice to see you drop by. We were getting so close on that one too.
Finest wares in Coltiers, right here.
Trying to get a couple more members of the raid group. They're ahead of the curve achievement. We managed to get most of the group managed to get it last Thursday. How you been doing, Tanny? Everything going good with you? And now I've got the Discords debating on when they want a hero. Since they did they did a bunch of nerfs on Razageth on damage output, so they're trying to figure out exactly when they want a hero. We don't necessarily need the hero to blast our way through the Storm Surge anymore. Hey, cat. What you doing? No, no, no. You can go down in the lab, but you can't go up on the compute desk. Alright. Do I want to... I should pop the... Oop. Nope. Okay. Let's kick this pig.
5, 4, 3, 2.
The age of the Incarntes begins!
Breath incoming.
Air breath turned.
Pushback incoming.
Push back.
I'm out of range.
You know, cat, this would be a lot easier if you picked a side and stuck on it.
Breath incoming.
A little bit lucky with the breath this time. Doesn't just turned on it. Oop.
Pushback incoming. Spread.
Mindless flat out disappeared. That was friggin' weird.
Pushback incoming.
Yeah.
Breath incoming.
I was thinking I was far enough back that I could dash forward without it pushing me back, but I was wrong. Oop, there goes our...
Knocking back.
What they could not control, they imprisoned,
Phase change.
like the aspects did to us.
Breath incoming.
Oh my gosh. Jumping. Alright, resetting the fight.
Let me show you what I got.
Ironically, I'm starting to think we're running into the part of it where the group is... Starting to think we're running into the spot where people are almost trying to take it a little bit easy because we've already finished it, when we can't take it easy. Ah, what do you think, Cat? What do you think, Mr. Cat, Mr. Kane? Why does I don't have feast this week? Should have bought some more feasts. I used up a couple of the ones that I had on dungeons last week. Cow with no legs. Where do these guys find these puns at? I mean... Oh my gosh. Wraith rolls a 162. He's paying somebody. Ironically, with a 15k roll, only having to pay out 5,400 is not actually that bad of a payout. What do you think?
5, 4, 3, 2.
The age of the Incarntes begins!
I am pushing a little bit to try and hold my left arm up because my cat has decided that that is now his arm.
Move to diamond. Breath incoming.
No, that was not diamond, but since the other guy was moving to diamond, I wasn't about to try and have two at once.
Push back in.
Give me those. You getting comfy, cat?
Breath incoming. Push back in. Spread.
I think one of the healers is using a skill that gets rid of a bunch of them at once. My initial thought is Mass Dispel, but I don't think those are dispellable.
Push back in.
It might be, though.
Breath incoming.
There goes transition again.
Knocking back.
What they could not control, they imprisoned,
Phase change.
just like the Aztecs did to us.
Breath incoming.
I need to target something first.
I thought we would hold off, but they're saying to move up to it. Gosh.
Breath incoming.
Lost the tank. What did he die to?
You got the coin? That's how you got the bargain.
What do you think, King Cat? King Cat King. you doing, cat? What's his health at? 205. Yeah, so we downed it. It was at what? 139, I think? Well, we only had 11 people in the raid group at that point. So having 4 more people obviously is going to bring the boss's health up. And they dropped a bunch of the damage stuff down by 20% for each one. So we should be able to, in theory, heal our way through a bunch of things. So now I think the biggest problem is we just have those little mistakes that keep getting made. And that's what's causing us to try and holy crap, Pliskin. One person rolled 14,683 and Pliskin rolls, yeah, 14,659 gold. I could have saw that one coming a mile away.
3, 2.
The age of the Incarntes begins! It's not ready yet.
Breath incoming.
Yeah, it's a slight turn. It wasn't a full turn, though.
Pushback incoming.
Oh, awfully quick for a recharge on that.
Breath incoming. Pushback incoming. Spread.
I held off on doing that until I had my eye beam up. It was only another second. Oh well.
Pushback incoming. Breath incoming.
I think we might be doing this one just a touch slower. Alright, there it goes.
Knocking back.
What they could not control, they imprisoned.
Phase change.
Just like the Aztecs did to us.
Oh, that's okay.
Breath incoming.
We can just go through now. There's no real point in waiting at that stage.
Breath incoming.
I'm out of range.
one's down, but it's not a tank, so the other side
Yes,
shouldn't
Incarntes.
have any. Thank you for being a demon hunter, and I can do.
They don't have a target.
Breath incoming.
Got to the teleporter in time. Don't have to worry about that anymore. All right. Hopefully.
I need to get closer.
Phase 2. Spread. Negative.
Great. So now we got a heal and a DPS down.
Push back in. Move to center. Move to star.
That's how you make use of your movement abilities.
Push back in. Move to center.
As soon as I said that, my cat like turned around. He's got one paw on my chest and is like looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" Spirit ring helps too. We'll get that down. That's good. Still haven't heroed yet.
Spread.
I think that's going to be a wipe.
Push back in. Move to center.
And that's definitely going to be a wipe.
It's too far away.
Push back in. Move to center.
I need to get closer.
Little things. Little things are what's screwing us now.
Let me show you what I got. Stop by.
Oh my gosh. What is with the puns that these guys are going to start spewing out? Focus. And that's one of the fundamental problems behind this group is a lot of people want to try and top their DPS meters. And a lot of times they can. But when it comes to a fight like this, they really need to not focus so heavily on, oh, I want to top the charts. I want to get to the best, percentile of the DPS. It's like, nope. They need to just sit down, focus up. What do you think, Cat? You agree with me? I think you agree, Cat. What do you think, Cat? You agree? Well, the last phase is not technically a cakewalk. Oh, you done, Cat? That's kind of half the problem. Cake's a lie. Alright. Let's sit down, focus up, make everybody proud. Yeah, we do. We make people proud here. Proud people. I gotta figure out. I've seen a couple people show up.
3, 2, 1.
I've seen a couple people, they show up in the Dakota chat, like Tanny, and I'm happy to see them. Then they don't usually end up sticking around for super long, and I'm like, what do I need to do to make sure those people stick around for as long as possible? I think that's the biggest question. It's like,
Breath incoming.
I don't think I'm doing anything necessarily bad or wrong in what I'm doing. Oops. Did not realize I was standing in that.
Pushback incoming.
Yeah, that was my stupid. That was stupid of me. Drop it. That was my
Breath
stupid.
incoming. Pushback incoming.
Yeah, it was just me being stupid. That's all that was.
Spread.
Not ready yet.
Pushback incoming. Breath incoming.
There we go.
Knocking back.
What they could not control, they imprisoned,
Phase change.
just like the aspects did to us.
After I just gave myself the home lecture on people need to sit down and focus up, I jump off the frickin' edge practically on my own. Okay, so dragon's on the other side right now.
Breath incoming.
I suppose I should take my own advice. I feel stupid. I feel really embarrassed over that. That should be something I should try and download that and actually make that into a clip. Alright, dragon's about to pop up over here. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here before... Oh, nope, dragon went to the middle, so we didn't have to worry about the second breath at all. That's good.
Phase 2. Spread.
No, I'm negative like every time with this start, and I don't know why. I should probably not hit that.
Push back in. Move to center.
That was farther away from the portal than I thought I was. At least luckily I realized it.
Spread.
Hold off until these are up.
Push
I can
back
get both of them.
in. Move to center.
And one of them go off.
Spread. Positive.
Yeah, excuse me. Yes. Someone's caught in my throat. Eh. Alright, so we're doing
Spread.
pretty good so far.
Push back in. Move to center.
Important thing is to stay up, stick around.
Push back in.
P-Dog's down.
Move to center.
Demori's down. I need somebody up. Should have at least one V-Res left.
Spread. Positive.
Oh, that was lucky. trying to get through this without using my darkness.
Phase change.
There we go. Nicely done. Because my hope, what I'm kind of thinking in my head is just like, if I could keep darkness around for
Watch your breath incoming.
I need to get closer.
move out of the way, move out of the way.
Watch your
I need to get closer.
breath incoming.
It's too far away.
Watch your
I'm out of range. I need to target something first.
Go square. Alright, let's give this thing a whirl. Alright.
phase 3.
I need to get closer. It's not ready yet.
Alright, here comes the DPS charge.
Breath incoming.
Try to battle rest somebody. I've already used my health stone, so I can't even use
Move to
that.
center.
It's still recharging.
Breath incoming.
This will help me get me back up to full. Shoot. Well, even with that bad move on our part. I'm sorry, I was just watching like myself. The stream. I can see myself. I guess I know what I look like when I'm trying to focus hard down now. 18%. That was actually a decently good pull for at least that we managed to get back down to that point. I think the fundamental problem we had beyond the ad phase. Yeah, so we didn't bring the ads down close enough to each other. So that was where we took a lot of damage. If we hadn't taken that much damage, we managed to bring them down closer together. Um, yeah, I think that if we... I think that by... If we can keep everybody up, not do stupid stuff, myself included, Well, second one hits hard because we're not anti-magicking it. Blah. Are we really trying to figure this out? Ugh. So I don't think it's necessarily bad if I can to hold off on using darkness until phase 3. Late phase 3 is like if we get to the point where everything's it's all closing in around us, we get down to the lower end, then holding off on using darkness until that point could actually be useful. But that will depend a little bit on who's up, who's down, who's left, who's right. I thought I was out of the way of the beam. See, I'm more surprised that I got hit by the beam. Who else do I have sitting here in chat? Thrapsnat. Look at that. You're at the top of the list. I'm all set and ready to go. The only thing I'm doing now is just looking over here at lists. Oh, look. You're on this list too. And banned. I'm laying down the banhammer. Trying to get all these different bots that just seem to like to live in my chat and are not actually doing anything. I banned a couple of them earlier today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The age of the Incarntes begins!
Oops. I'm an idiot.
Breath incoming.
Breath.
Pushback incoming.
Alrighty. 18% wipe is a little frustrating, but at least it's us moving in the right direction. So let's hope this time around
Breath incoming.
we can get a little bit better. Oh, that makes it really nice.
Pushback incoming.
I'm not moving out of it this time. I'm not moving to a weird spot. I'll stand where I'm supposed to stand. Use my stun there because I don't have. I think I accidentally targeted the wrong one for the second mitigation. I was like, well, this one should take care of.
Breath incoming.
Oh, we're moving on. Alright, so far so good. Seven more minutes of our attention.
Phase change. Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
Wasn't 100% sure where the dragon was at when I came over here.
Breath incoming.
It's too far away.
Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
Sneaky double. Jan. Jan. Jade.
Phase 2. Spread.
I kind of forgot I was standing right next to somebody. That could have been really, really bad. Alright, let's kick this pig.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Didn't click it. Could have been really bad. Oh good, that person got all the way out. It gives us lots of space. One thing we do need to work on
Spread.
definitely is people not
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Now we got 2 DPS down.
Negative.
actually make a... Did not get it down.
Spread. Push back in. Move to
We get some really good first phase, really good intermission phase, and then second phase just kind of bloops on us.
You got the coin? That's how you got the bargain.
I'm all for it. A 5-minute break. I'm actually running out of food. I'm waiting for him to officially say that it's going to be a break before I make any moves. He might not, though. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to go. I don't know how much time I got left because he didn't start an official timer. Oh, man. This is... This is almost frustrating. And one last one for the banhammer. At least for right now. And if they want to see if they can come back in, they can always try to submit and unblock. But considering the fact I've got this Twitch Insights pulled up for all known bots, and each one of the bots I just banned is literally like on the top 10. It's like live in over 90,000, 85,000, 80,000, 42,000. I was gonna go like, well, if it's honestly live in 90,000 channels, it's a bot. I've had multiple channels open, but I don't think I ever went past 5. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but I would like to think not. But I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna. I don't know what we're gonna do here. We just need to sit down, focus up. There's just a couple of things. That's what makes it almost more frustrating. There is just a couple of things that we need to do, and then it would literally just be, boom, we're done. Moving on. We're done. I was trying to figure out. Like, I was honestly kind of thinking when we started this out tonight that it was going to be a short. We were going to hop in, take out Razageth, move on with our lives. But that's kind of what I was thinking. Is it's like, oh, well, what am I going to do? Because I don't want to stay up uber late when I don't have anything, like, there's nothing going on here. It's like, well, maybe I can run over and do like the world boss, and I can kind of do that, and then maybe I'll just sit down. We'll do it like a just chatting stream for, a half hour, 15 minutes, a half hour or something, just shooting the breeze, talking about crap. But I was sitting there going like, well, now we've been here for over 2 hours. Very, very clear. This last chat, but I don't remember what it was. Last call, get in here. I don't know what it is. If it's 15K, I don't mind rolling for it. But they start getting those numbers up there. I start getting nervous about rolling for bigger numbers. 25, I still can do, but I'm be more hit and miss as to whether or not I want to do it. Once they get above 25, I kind of go like, is it really worth it for me to do this? I was kind of scrolling back up through here trying to figure out exactly. I don't see it here at all. Alrighty.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Excuse me. I think you could drink a lot more.
Breath incoming. Push back in.
There's a couple of times where beams just don't operate the way they probably should. That's just like, realistically, I should only have to step just a little bit over to the side to avoid a beam. But more than likely, you should probably step. I go about 90. Most of the time.
Pushback incoming.
I need to get closer.
Spread.
It really shouldn't be a clap on the back when we like successfully do some simple mechanic like that. But it almost feels like it has to be.
Too far away.
Breath incoming.
Where are we at? 67. Nicely done. Nice, 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 nice. Let's keep this going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Go, 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 go.
Knocking back. Phase change.
So stay for a second.
Breath
Dragon.
incoming.
We went fast enough on first one of those, so we didn't have to actually.
Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
I need to get closer.
Breath incoming.
Sneaky, sneaky dragon.
Phase 2. Spread. Negative.
Go out here to the front.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
No. Soul fell over the edge. He's been playing a lot on mini
Spread.
Yoshi.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
We still got one Beerus, I think.
Spread. Negative.
Come on, you little Boschtet. I think about it logically, I should have it up for both.
tread. Push back incoming. Move to center.
I will sacrifice doing a little DPS to make sure that we don't have two of those.
Push back incoming. Move to center.
Guys got to stop dying to stuff. One DPS down. Not the end of the world.
Spread.
Still,
Positive. Phase change.
okay. He wants to save here. I'm not sure that was a good idea to save it. I'm not entirely sure if we need it, but I'm also kind of thinking like it'd be very nice to get out of this phase.
Breath incoming. Watch your
It's too far away.
breath incoming.
I'm out of range.
Watch your
Get closer. Don't have a target.
breath incoming.
It's not ready yet.
Watch your
I'm down. That thing is very, very, very misleading.
Finest wares Incarntes, right there.
That's the part that they didn't do any like alterations to, any nerfs on, and I think it shows. So they're both pretty close to each other, so I don't think it's the fact that one of them is different. I think the biggest fundamental problem is just that. I mean, we were almost had it, pushing them to their, pushing them down. I literally think it is just a, we didn't do X, Y, or Z. I should have, before I raid, I should have gone and seen if I could get that one swapped. the ad phase is definitely kicking our butt. I mean, if we need to hero during the ad phase, then I'd say let's hero during the ad phase. Let's hero, let's blow them both up, get them down, and then get into phase 3. I think the biggest thing is that Soul is just kind of looking at it from the perspective of what we had last week and would like to use
5,
hero in phase 3,
4, 3, 2.
which also
1.
makes sense. Because obviously last week obviously when we downed Razagoth, we
Breath incoming.
didn't we had, barely made it down, but at the same time I'm also sitting here kind of thinking like, if we had a formula that worked, then let's just keep doing that freaking formula. I don't know any good reason to alter or change up that entire formula just because we got more people. Yeah, we got a couple more people, and yes, there were some nerfs that were done to the boss that should, in theory, make it easier. But I think at this point we've proven that we're still struggling to try and get to phase 3. I mean, we've gotten to phase 3 once. Once.
Spread.
That's not exactly a real swell job there, laddies. Type of deal. If we
Pushback incoming.
still can't actually get the boss down.
It's too far away.
Breath incoming.
Are we at 68%? I forgot to hit my potion again. Forgot to hit my potion again.
Knocking back. Phase change. Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
Don't even think I'm gonna bother turning around.
Breath incoming.
They're still up on the other side, so there's no.
Phase 2. Spread. Negative. Pushback incoming. Move to center. Spread.
Need to stop frickin' doing that.
Pushback incoming. Move to center. Spread. Positive.
Crap. I got my nose.
Spread. Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Good job. Stay alive. Any and all forms of mitigation.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
You know, that one doesn't feel like it actually pushes me or does anything. We're about to go into the last storm surge, so I want to save my hunt for that.
Spread. Positive.
So not only do I do a little bit more damage when that's up,
Minions of the storm, hear my call!
Watch orb. Breath incoming. Watch orb. Breath incoming. Watch orb.
all right. All right. Let's kick it.
Phase 3. Breath incoming.
Trying to avoid going in front of the boss.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
In a pretty good spot so far.
Breath incoming.
Come on.
Watch your feet. Breath incoming. Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Ah! Dynamic's the only one who's up. Yeah, we're not gonna get it down. Ah, 1% wipe.
Let me show you what I got. Appreciate it.
1%. 1% wipe. We were so close. I have the weirdest like focus face when I'm playing this, don't I? I just kind of sit here and stare at the screen. And I think my mouth ends up picking me up. I'm just a little bit like, I don't know. In my focus face. Focus. Focus. See this face. This is the face of focuses. Yes, tonight it's just 143 wipes. We just been wiping all night. I mean, the only mistake I really made the last time was I didn't pop my pot at the start of the fight. But I don't really think that made that big of a difference in terms of the total fight itself. I still popped it at the end. The best part is I had it up for the hero, which I'm gonna try and get myself a little more comfortable here. %. That's the other major thing here, is the fact that Soul's in here on a druid character instead of on his paladin character. I don't have the heal charts in front of me, so I can't tell how well he's been doing. So he's got the upside of the fact that he definitely has far more movement.
3, 2, 1.
But if his DPS and other things are suffering, then we probably should drop and stop using it. Go back to his pally. But if his heals are just fine, then yeah, there's no reason to stop using it. I don't have heal bot. I can't see the heals on.
Breath incoming.
Is that a little bit too close to the beam? I don't know.
Pushback incoming.
time it right, it's really good on those to drop like my Sigil of Flame or my Glaive Tempest,
Breath incoming.
because that's something that will essentially work for me while I'm not on the boss in terms of trying to get DPS out.
It's too far away.
Spread.
That one wasn't mine, but I didn't want to. Like, I don't think us having one missing or one is necessarily the end of the world, as long as nobody is, as long as nobody's low on health. If we have somebody who's low on health, then missing one is a really, really bad thing. Nice, nice, nice.
Knocking back. Phase change. Breath incoming.
Ooh, that was almost perfect timing. I don't see anyone is listed as having died.
I need to target something first. I need to get closer.
I was trying to figure out because this is like.
Breath incoming.
We don't have a target.
And we're off.
Phase 2.
Crap.
Spread.
Crap.
Positive.
Oh my gosh. I just got treated to the words sneaky dragon sounds like a sex move you'd find on Urban Dictionary. I put it in. Now I can torture people with it for all eternity. Basically what happened there, well, that was weird. I don't know why my model just disappeared. Basically what happened there was those two It's my arm, isn't it? In your Wraith and Beryai have disconnected. They've DC'd. So now we're kind of stuck. We could boot them, but then we'd be down. Losing Wraith is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. The problem here is that Berai is the tank, which means we would need another tank to take his place. I'm gonna go outside. Let's go outside to reset their internet. That sounds terrible. Why on earth would you ever want that? $50K. Nope. I'm not wagering that much. Quick, we'll rate this offline. Do 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 do. Boo-doo. Boo-doo. They got a couple of things on here. This one, like watch time and uptime. I wonder if it's something where you actually focus on individual people. Excuse me. Now we're just sitting here waiting. We're waiting for the two of them to come back up so we can try this again. Can I even make... I can make 3 more sets. Which is good because this has actually been upping my cooking. I should look back into buying this. It was like, I looked at it a couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and it was just like 20,000 gold. I'm like, screw that. I don't need that. 1,000 bite piranha. That's what the thing is. 1,000 bite and cerulean spitefish. Sure they are. They're back online. They just aren't back into the game. cat's moving around where he wants to. He actually might want to go in the bedroom, but I have the bedroom door closed because I open the windows in there to try and cool it down so when I go to sleep, it'll be nice and comfortable. Oh, and I got a couple of new thumbnails. I forgot to tell you guys that one. I got some new thumbnails from Zoe. So those ones should be, I can start using those. One's Minecraft, one's Elden Ring. Oh, very excited for that. I got a couple things like I've been kind of slowly trying to formulate how I want to do the debut in my mind officially. And I've got an idea for it. The thing is right now is I also have a lot of stuff going on in real life IRL that's just taking up time, taking up everything. So I need them to. Hi, cat. You trying to get in the bedroom? You can't go in the bedroom yet. I got the windows open to cool it down so that I can sleep a lot easier. I'm gonna pop another flask. Or file. The file. Technically, I was reading this one last week. Technically, that's not the best DPS flask for Demon Hunters. I think what Dynamic was using though. Yeah, Iced File of Corrupting Rage is technically the best, but it comes with a caveat of you take a shit ton of damage from it.
3, 2.
So that will technically do more, but you also need a lot more healing from it. And so one of the things I was reading was it basically came down to the standpoint of if, you know, these will technically do more damage. The caveat to that is it also has the potential to do less.
Breath incoming.
It also has potential to do basically less if in some circumstances. So the one I'm using is technically the most stable one. So you could use the one that he's running. I could probably get a little bit more DPS out of it. But I also take a lot of extra damage and stuff like that. I'm so moved out of that.
Breath incoming.
Excuse me.
Pushback incoming. Spread.
One thing about nice having
Move to stone.
I need to target something first.
I did not take my orb down on that one either.
Pushback incoming.
And it was gone before I could even think about doing it.
Breath incoming.
Another breath. There's the transition. Wish they would transition before I pop my Glaive Tempest. I forgot to frickin' pop my... I keep...
Knocking back. Phase change.
I'm really not doing that very good version of that.
Breath incoming.
We've really got this phase down to almost a science on this side.
Breath incoming.
almost best not to even bother turning around and going back.
Breath incoming.
We don't have a target.
We will break their chains.
Okay.
The glory of dragonkind.
We will break
Phase
that
2.
chance and restore the glory of dragonkind.
Spread.
Alright, I'm gonna go in. Yep. I'm interested to do an actual like percentage based as to how many times I've gone in on the first one. The rest of them have felt pretty. Usually, I think like the rest of them have been on the outside.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Devastation
That is something we need to really clean up, realistically.
Spread.
Us taking.
Pushback incoming. Move to center. Spread. Negative.
That might have been a bad move.
I can't use that item yet.
Spread. Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Stay up, stay
Move
alive.
to stun.
I need a target.
Pushback incoming. Move to center.
Last one, last one. Last storm surge coming up.
Spread. Negative. Phase change.
Okay.
Minions of the storm, hear my call! Arise and unleash your
Watch orb. Breath incoming.
I need to get
Go really wide. Don't even think. God.
touch this altar with your power!
Watch orb.
I'm out of range.
Breath incoming. What's your...
I need to get closer. I need to target something first.
Got it.
Knocking back. Phase 3.
Give him a second, he'll pop up here. Wing boss is stopping me from being able to see the
Breath incoming.
bubbles. I'm trying to. I haven't used my health stone yet either.
Push back in. Move to center. Breath incoming.
Alright. That's when things start getting spicy. Don't bring it fucking...
Move to skull. Breath incoming.
There we go! There we go. That's how you do it! We don't need to watch this time. The bitch is dead. Twice. Dead twice. It was Soul's fault all along. Nah, I didn't get any. We got a couple people. I'm just waiting for this to go, and then I can... I don't know why. Like, my game at this point always, like, super struggles.
If there's one thing I've learned from all the battles I've fought,
Road,
it's that
intellect.
no matter how dark
Well,
things
nothing,
get,
nothing,
we must
nothing.
never lose hope.
Come on. Why have I been skulled on my head? Why have I been skulled? Oh, wait a second here. Nice. I would really love to get that. That's the only thing I really like. I don't know why I have a skull on my head. I mean, I'll friggin' use it. Four? What the crap, man? Yoshi. Frickin' heck, man.
This world is full of wonder. The magic here is older than humanity itself. Astonishing.
He's a paid 3%. Our very first kill on normal, we got one. Tamius. Nicely job, everybody. Yeah. Ah, P-Dog. Oh, Valorn coming in with 79. He doesn't want the dragon mount. Nicely done, Val. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, we could do a small group at that point. Yep.
It is good to see new visitors.
That's all that matters, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. I'll be around. Do an achievement run. let's see here. Raging. So completing the Glory of the Vault Raider gives you the Raging Mag Mammoth. So yes, it's a ground mount. I don't know either. Every mount I've picked up outside of the dragon ones have all been ground mounts. Yep. Yep, night. Kick out of here. Alright. Nice talking. So at some point, there we go, hopping around here. Some point, we are going to do a achievement run, so I'll go ahead and stream that whenever that comes up. I'll try and let people know on that. Outside of that, we are now more or less officially on stream break. I'll still be. I'm going to hook up with them. They said they're going to start trying to down normal Razageth, or we'll go back to downing normal Razageth for mount, so I can try and get the mount, because I really would like to have the mount. I mean, look at it. Look at that mount. Look at it. This one right here. This is the mount. I say mount. Technically, I have the mount. It's actually this one, the renewed Proto Drake mount. It's just that you can get basically a skin for it. Like even right now, if I pull up my Highland Drake, you see, he's wearing purple armor. So you can do a lot of customization with your dragon mounts themselves, picking up stuff, buying stuff, doing anything like that. So that's always something that's nice and fun. Yeah, outside of that, right now we're on break. I'll try to put some stuff up if we're going to have. I'm trying to sit here and think for a second. We're probably going to have to down Heroic one more time. I probably won't bring you guys along on that one because it's just going to be the same thing over and over and over again at that point. We'll have to wait and see if I've got anything else going on major or not. Because we got 3 more people in raid who still haven't got it. And they could do that with a smaller group. It may not even be me. It depends. We're going to do an achievement run. I've said that 1,000 times now. At some point, when that comes around, we're going to do an achievement run. I'll go ahead and stream that so you guys can watch the achievement run. But outside of that, I'm going to have to figure out what other games we want to play during the week. It might just be some Elden Ring or Minecraft stuff. Both of those are pretty. Or maybe I can also throw in like Hollow Cure and Master Duel. Because one of the things is like I kind of want the weekday streams, not weekday duels, to kind of be something that's a little bit easy. Just I can just sit back, kind of go ahead, do whatever I want to. It doesn't feel stressful. It isn't something I have to like, oh my gosh, type of deal. Because the other thing that makes it more difficult is I don't get home until like 6 o'clock ish at night right now, and so me trying to do like a 3-hour stream means I'm gonna go if I start at like 7 because I gotta try and do a workout of some kind in. It means I don't start until 7:30. So me going for 3 hours is like 10:30, and that's not counting it if I have to try and get food or something like that. So I have a little bit of time. I can still get around and do stuff, but I just like to try and get everything kind of squared around, done, and over with. Oops. That's not the thing I want. This is the thing I want. Kind of get everything squared around, done, over with. Come on. My game decided it wants to pause here for a little bit just because I'm, you know. So anyway, but yeah, so the plan right now, Thursday, I'll have to wait and see what's going on Thursday. More than likely, Thursday will be off because we're done with that, and I think we're just going to take Thursday off just to relax that. Maybe. Keep up with my Twitter. I might just come up with a random idea because the other thing I said this one at the start of the stream. I'll remind everybody now. Saturday, there's going to be 2 streams on Saturday. I'm going to have a stream early. I'm probably going to be like 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to be Zwift. Zwift is a biking app kind of thing that you can do on your computer. It hooks up to a bike trainer that I've got, so you can generate your power output, things like that. Then we've got, so I'll be doing that because right now they're doing their event, which is a tour of Watopia, which is a land that they create. It's a really interesting game, a really interesting concept. There will be a little bit of blockage in there. Just I'm gonna put up a PNG on the side just to kind of block out people's names. Doesn't really make a huge difference. I've changed my name in the game so that you can so to be Kulikin. Um, so that is be all set up and ready to go. I'm just kind of looking over at my bike right now. Uh, so we'll do that Saturday morning. Then whenever that's done, I suspect because we're gonna do a long one. It's gonna be about 41 miles. The route we're gonna take, which in all actuality probably doesn't include the beginning portion. So I think it's probably gonna be like 42 or 43 miles. Uh, but we'll have that set up, we'll set ready to go. That will probably take me over 2 hours because the route that we're going to take is reasonably hilly. So I assume that one will take me a couple, 42 to or 2+ hours. I'm hoping to get it done in like 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it could be 2.5 hours. Once that one's done, then my plan right now is to kind of get off, kind of do a relax, take a shower, get cleaned up, get some food, and then we'll come back and we'll do Elden Ring. And then would be another thing we might do. We might end up doing Elden Ring during the week because we can do Elden Ring during the week. It is what it is. But that's kind of all we got for tonight. Thank you everybody who stopped on by. We are still trying to slowly claw our way up to affiliate. So I thank everybody who's manages to stop on by and see and kind of help us out. The one thing we are missing, and I've said this 1,000 times, we are missing is average views. I know there's a lot out there, but it's like if you guys can just stop by, leave me open in the background, lurk, doesn't matter to me. But every view that we can get that sticks on would be great. So once again, thank you for everybody who stopped on by, and I will see you all later. Take care. Now, the other thing that drives me nuts is I get this thing. I gotta figure out how to make this thing loop. Also, this just started today.